Well, my friends, the rain is coming down now. I just had to pitch my tarp a little bit to get the water. See it dripping off one edge over here? My tarp is peeing. But that's shedding off a lot of water. But instead of adding another tarp pole to this one, I noticed there's a rock down here that juts up. So I just put the pole on it, and that got the left side of the tarp up, and it sheds off this way. No sagging. Well, the campground kind of cleared out. There's a few stragglers up this way. But a rainy, cold Sunday will do that. It got rid of the weekenders. Look at all that water running off of the tarp there. If I had forgot to pitch this thing and went in the van to do something else and come back out here, I would have had a big saggy tarp right in the middle. But just a little bit of pitch, and look, it takes care of that problem. Runs off mainly right there, and then off the edge and the very corners drips off every now and then. There we go. I'm assuming you're going to be able to hear that pretty good. Yeah, it's coming down now. I went to the laundromat this morning and got my laundry done, and when I was coming back it started to sprinkle. So when I got back over here, I pulled back in. It was hard to pull in exactly the way I was before, but that's okay. I'm close enough to the tarp. And I went ahead and put my tarp up here up, and right after I got it up, the rain started. So I'm glad I didn't procrastinate with that. I don't mind the rain. I like it. It's very relaxing. I'm sitting here having coffee. Got a hoodie on. My hoodie up. And it's in the 60s, low 60s right now. I have to check the weather. Let's see, tomorrow will be Monday. And I'm thinking about maybe moving on tomorrow. And I don't know where. And you know what? That's okay. I like winging it. Oh, I see a guy and his dogs walking through the woods over here. See if you can see this. There he goes. I think you can see that. Well, what are you going to do? Not too bad of a day. I like this. You know what? Come to think of it, this is the first rainy day I've had since I've been nomadic and on the road and at a campsite. So yeah, this is a new experience and I love it. Here's to us and my peeing tarp. Another thing is I also put the roof on this pop-up tent. It's got a little tarp that goes over the top. I've never put it on before, and I thought, you know, I better go ahead and put that on right now. And right after I got it on, the rain got heavier. I keep it open right there just a little bit for ventilation. Not much rain's getting in right there anyway. But this pop-up tent is a great way to mark your campsite. If you got to run to town, just put your pop-up tent up. That way everybody knows that your site is taken. And I store all my stuff in that tent and zip it up. I put my table in there, my chair, my lugaloo, whatever I have outside, I just hide it in there and zip it up. And that way, if you have to drive into town to get supplies and someone comes by, they will see that your ground tarp is here and that your pop-up tent is here, and they will know that your site is taken and they'll move on. So it's a great way to say, sorry, but this site is occupied. Oh, and another thing, this is unpleasant to talk about, but you see that red cooler? Remember what I told you I was going to keep that for? Well, you know what you do in there and your porta potty, and then you bag it up, and then you're out here with no services. So what do you do with it? Well, you either bury it or you take it and put it in a dumpster, just like you would a diaper, you know. So I tried to bury it. I went way over there, and the ground's so rocky, I thought, you know what? I'm just going to take it in and dispose of it in town when I go to town. So I put it in that cooler. That's my poop cooler. Just bagged up, put it in there. I bungeed it to the cargo rack and drove into town. Nobody knew there was poop in there. But unpleasant to discuss, but it's something that needs to be talked about because you got to dispose of your waste properly. While we're talking about that, let me walk out here in the rain and show you what you don't do. Look what I found at my campsite where somebody had buried theirs, and then they poured cat litter on top of it. Right here. Dead center. Well, I'm going to throw several shovels of dirt on top of that, because that's not good enough. This is where somebody that was here before me dug a hole, went like a cat, and they filled it in with cat litter, which is crazy. Why not put the dirt on it? Let the earth take care of it. So I'm going to handle that before I go. But I wanted to show you this. There's no telling how much poop is out here, but if it's buried properly, no big deal. But if it's not, it becomes a big deal, so it needs to be discussed. Well, the rain just stopped. It's just a very, very light sprinkle now. And you know what? What's that I see up there? I see some blue skies peeking through the clouds. But right behind it, I see some darker clouds. So I don't care. Let it rain. Let it rain. All right, my friends. Appreciate you watching. And as always, thanks for stopping by. And take care. And be well. And smash that bell.